Welcome back to another video. Today we're at a cafe, and in fact this cafe happens to be one of our old jobs back when I was 16 years old. But oh guys, if anything, thank you so much for all the support, comments and likes and everything from last video. I'm surprised that there's been a bit of consistency to it, just because I make these videos literally as a vent, but also just to reiterate some things to myself, so that way, one, I have my own personal validation, and two, your guys' as well. With that being said, let's get into the video. Today's just going to be a rant slash chill type of vibe. As always, make sure to have your tea or coffee. Today I'm drinking a tea because I get anxious at work. Too soon or too early. Normally I do have a bit of a good caffeine intake, but as I'm growing older, I'm just like, fuck, I can't intake caffeine as much as I did back then. But yeah, guys, no, we're actually at our new job, and thankfully we're in beautiful San Pedro. It's one of my childhood cities, you could say. I mean, I did grow up here for at least a couple of years. Actually graduated here as well, but San Pedro is just honestly such a beautiful place. I am thankful that the job that I landed is here in San Pedro, and it's honestly not that far from my actual house compared to Santa Monica, which I was driving an hour and a half for every day when I was working with Chase. But this new job, I mean, I do want to let it simmer, let it marinate, you could say, just because this job or this place that I'm going to be at, I do feel as if it's very temporary, meaning I'm just there for a little bit and I'm going to be transferred, more as if anything advocate for a transfer, just because I was getting paid so well at Chase, and this job that I'm at is like, it's thankfully paying me in these trying times in which the economy and the job market is, everything's just shit right now. Everything's just looking towards a recession. I'm not sure what quarter we're in at this point of April or of this point in the year, but the point is, there's just been talks of a recession, and it's not been pleasant to just be in or around. So I mean, nonetheless, although my job isn't right now ideally the pay that I wanted it to be, I'm mustering through it just because I'm thankful to even be employed, and to even have the opportunity to come out for my lunch and enjoy like such a beautiful day. And I kid you not, like, it is really a beautiful day today. Let me show you guys just very briefly. Like, oh my gosh, like, just look at that. There's beautiful plants, and I'm sorry, you gotta enjoy scenery when you can. And then over here, like, truly guys, it's a beautiful day. And unfortunately, I'm stuck to my 9 to 5, and I see people in there in the cafe older than me, and like, damn, I just wonder, like, what did they do in their lifetime to not be working in this typical Wednesday, Thursday afternoon, to just be chilling at a cafe. And like, I'm not trying to get my hopes up, but like, in making these videos, and then in seeing the views and seeing your guys' support and just comments and likes, like, I get excited. I'm like, holy crap, like, if I just keep this up, and granted, I've been doing this for almost 2 years and very little has come of it. However, I've finally accepted that I'm on my own timeline when it comes to YouTube creation, because who knows when I will pop, or like when I will have my big blow up or whatever. I will have it, I'm just not sure when. But I am just like thankful for like all past versions of myself that the consistency has kept up. And despite having multiple different jobs, including the one I'm in right now, and then I'm about to have within these next couple of months, it's just crazy to think that we're still alive despite such trying times. We're still alive. And then not only that, guys, but like, just having to think of the longevity, like, of within these next couple of months, within next year, like 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and whatnot. Like, I hope to God I don't have a 9 to 5, or at least I have a job only that only requires me to work 30 hours a week instead of 40. Like, just a job that makes the substantial, like, 5,000 a month. That's all I'm asking for. And I know that sounds like a lot, but like, realistically, 5,000 a month is just like, it's bare minimum for living out here these days. Like, it's truly, it's hard. It's really hard. Like, I'm thankful I have my parents, and that they're willing to support me, and then that I can live with them, and like, it's not too much of a hassle. Like, I'm very thankful for that. But like, geez, as a 22-year-old man going on 23, how I just wish I could have been a lot more settled, meaning like having my apartment, having the job of my life. You know how there's love of my life? Well, I want job of my life already. How I just wish I could have had all that already acclimated. But that doesn't mean to demerit what I have right now, which is just, thankfully a loving girlfriend that I do intend to get married to. A family in which is tolerable, because, we're not chosen, we're thrown into our own families. And I'm very thankful that, like, no one's perfect, but somehow in some way I still find myself in a place of gratitude. And although I know, like, in my mind, I'm like, you should be doing better though. Like, right now in this job, like, dude, I kid you not, it's $5 less pay hourly. I was getting paid, mind you, almost 30 at Chase, so just take off $5 from that and it's a fucking 9 to 5. Like, the mental pain is a bit unbearable. There's like a 3-month probation period where, like, okay, they'll actually give me that one raise later, but it's only $1. Mind you, it'll still be like a $3-4 difference. So it's like, mentally, that's like, oh fuck, I cannot be here within these next couple of months. However, this job that I'm at, same company, different person, offered me employment, but until June. Now you make sense of that, actually. How the hell am I going to be interviewed for nearly an hour, and then, sorry, there's some lit music. Damn. Okay, I'm sorry. That was unexpected. But how am I gonna get interviewed for an hour and then be offered employment until June? Like, that's ridiculous. At the end of the day, I'm like, okay, at least I have a job. At least I'm not going to go broke within these next couple of months. But like, I have to start strategizing what I'm going to do within these next couple of months. And like, I can confidently say that I will not be lasting at the job that I'm at right now. And although it's sad to say, and like, I feel as if I did this bad manifestation onto myself with Chase. Like, I said, oh, I wasn't going to be passing my exams, I just want to fail. Like, I was such a negative mindset. And I feel as if that's partially contributing as to why I got laid off, more as if anything, I just didn't have the mental IQ to pass a test. And I genuinely believe that for licenses, it's really just an IQ test to see how stupid you are or aren't. I unfortunately scored right below the threshold of as to where, hey, you're smart enough, but you're also not good enough for us. That being said, there's like payoffs and there's little moments of gratitude to be found in the position where I'm at. This other license, which mind you is my 3rd license that I'm about to get, I have to pay for it out of my own pocket, unfortunately. It's not that much, but it's just, out of my own pocket, and then I'm not going to get paid for, which I was at Chase. I was getting paid for studying licenses. This job isn't doing that. They're going to do that, but until I pass the exams, which kind of suck, because right now, at least, I'm not going to be taking that exam until a month from now. But it's all just so contingent upon, like, hey, pass this exam, hey, you'll do next these steps and whatnot. Like, God, life is really just a fucking roller coaster. And I know I'm going on this whole I can't believe we're already at 9 minutes. I'm going on this whole tangent on what am I going to be doing within these next couple of months. Mind you, these videos are for my own personal mental like sanity as well, because I think all these things while I'm at work and I'm thinking already of fucking quitting, which I know is bad. But there's loopholes that in my head that I'm trying to formulate. For example, like next week, since I know the company I'm working for has remote positions, I'm going to be asking the job that I'm at right now, or my boss, like, hey, let me do remote, basically have another week off while still knowing I'm going to be employed, while also doing my license or finishing the course. It's a minimum of 40 hours to actually be on. So there's a lot of loopholes. There's a lot of loopholes, and I'm happy that there's alternatives, but it's just, I can't stop thinking about as to when I was at Chase. Like, I genuinely, and although I was driving to Santa Monica every day, my poor little Civic, literally, like my Civic, you'll be able to see it. That's it right there. That right there. You see that poor little car? That thing was handling the drive to Santa Monica every day. Like, a 2009 Civic should not be going through that type of pain. So again, there's loopholes and there's little gratitude holes. You could say that I should be taking into accountability for everything that's just going on. And one, yeah, I'm thankful I'm not driving to Santa Monica. Two, not as much pay, but hey, you know what? Like literally this morning, I woke up at 8:20, 8:30, got here at 9 o'clock. And that's a relief. Commute matters a lot when it comes to working 9 to 5s or just having a job in general. Commute always matters. And then not only that, I'm able to come to this nice cafe in which, mind you, I hated working at, but it's a nice cafe as a normal consumer. Again, it's the little things in life. And that's what this video is going to get called, the little things in life. I'm going on this whole spiel of just like all these specific circumstances I'm in. End of the day though, I'm still thankful that I have a roof over my head. I have a loving girlfriend, family, and just a bunch of other shit. Literally, like I'm thankful I at least landed a job that is decent at best. Decent for now. And with a lot of loopholes. Either way, guys, I didn't want to make this video too long just because not because I don't want to talk, it's the uploading. I'm literally uploading everything from my phone, which is annoying because I use my phone a lot and then it overheats and I'm not able to do certain things. Like, it sucks. So I'm not gonna record for too long. I know I should be investing in an actual camera so that way I can just switch over the SIM card and then just upload from there. I think that's going to be the next investment I get, because one, it was this, two is a stand. Now three, I think I just need to get into more of the granular type of things where like, okay, how am I going to make my life easier for uploading? I kid you not, guys, that's also one of the things that lags my uploads is that, for example, this video making today, April 3rd, right? Hopefully I can post it by today. If not, it's going to be uploaded April 4th. Either way, but I tell you guys that just so you can understand, like, I'm not trying to lag, and thankfully, I think I'm getting into the rhythm of things where, like, I'm moving a lot of pieces, but as for my YouTube career, I'm not allowing myself to go over more than 2 weeks. For example, like, this video is for sure going to be posted before 2 weeks or 2 weeks since the last video, just because I'm, like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, make a fucking video, like, that's my thought process. All right, now I'm gonna let you guys go. Take care. Make sure to drink your coffee or tea, and I'll see you guys in the next one.